Good morning. I'm going to share a few of the things that I've just put into my art journal. Do you hesitate on or wonder what can I put into an art journal? What do I have to draw everything out? Do I need to, all these questions, do I that run through our mind that keep us from doing things. First off, let me just tell you that both of these journals are from Ranger. All right. And this one right here, the larger one, has a variety of papers in it, and I'll show that to you in a second. Let's go straight to this little smaller one here. It opens up, and it's supposed to be a date book or a calendar book where you put things in. So half of the pages are already have some kind of a background to them, and then the other half you write all your events for the day. But I decided I'm just going to turn it into my little art journal. And so therefore this background was already pre-done. I thought that's a nice background. So I was trying to figure out, well, what would look good with that? And I thought that reminds me of the outdoors with a garden, etc. And I had seen in a magazine this beautiful fountain. It reminded me of one that we have in our little city here. And I thought, ooh, I'd like to draw that. So this little page has on here a fountain that I drew, the water just spewing out. And then these little flowers, of course, they were cute little flowers that were in a magazine. And I thought, okay, let's just pluck those out of that magazine, right? The greenery. And then I added a little bit of my own, just tapping in some color to create that foliage around it. Then right across, I came across this beautiful, did I emphasize that enough? This little, I don't know, arboretum, whatever. It was an overgrown, something I always love, but I never take time to create myself. But it's an archway that's got all kinds of ivy and that over it. And then they had a little seating area under it. And it was in a magazine. So if you wonder, can I use magazine pictures? Of course you can. Let me tell you what I did here. I went ahead and did something for the background, and I used my acrylic crayons and then wet those down to give it a little bit of a sky. And I put down the magazine. I don't know if you can even see the magazine in here. Well, the images you can, but what I did is you go back over it with acrylic paints. And so I didn't try to mimic every single leaf, etc. But I did just put a variety of greens in there to represent those leaves. I added these hanging, I cannot remember the name of those gorgeous flowers. I love them, but they just hang. That's a vine. And so I love that. Let's see if I can get this into focus a little bit better. Maybe not. Let's pull that. There we go. You can see this right here is the archway with the vine going up around it. And I just painted right over it. This back here, the greenery, I didn't touch. That's part of the magazine. Painted over the chair and the table. Added the white detailing with my gesso. Added a few other things, a plant. Emphasized the rocks around the pond. Added some greenery inside the pond with acrylic paint. So you can paint right over an image if there's something that you have. And it just makes a really nice little spread. This isn't something I'm going to sell, so I don't need to worry about, copyright selling somebody else's property. This is my art journal. These are just things that I love, and it's wonderful for, your relaxation, etc. All right, let's go to this other book. And this book, just to start off with, it's got a variety of pages in it. And I've had it for a while, just never used it, but it's got some nice heavy paper, some burlap, some canvas, just some really interesting paper in here to use, which makes it fun to work with. So to start the book out, I wanted it to be, obviously I knew it's going to be my art journal, so I just titled it, and I came across this wonderful ad of with these perfume bottles, and I thought, that is awesome. I loved it. So I decided I found this little quote from something that said in full bloom. And I thought my art is in full bloom. And I turned these little, these little perfume bottles into flowers. The background is, I did use some gesso with water pastels, or excuse me, acrylic pastels. And then this down here is actually just kitchen paper, paper towel that I had dyed, but it made wonderful little paper to work with. Then I carried the theme over into the next page, and these roses, as you see them, are roses that are from a magazine that are just gorgeous. But I took those and then added my own leaves and just created this little design with them. Stenciled, or excuse me, stamped a statement in here, and then added a little pocket. Using that paper towel, I created a little pocket where I have a message in here to myself. I won't pull it out. I'm having troubles with that. But anyway, I've got a little message tucked away in there just for a fun page for my journal. This one I just created recently. And this little farmhouse look, I just thought it would be fun to create something with doors. What I did is I came across this picnic table and I loved it. So you'll look for images that really speak to you. I love the way it was decorated, just the whole outdoorsy look, and it really inspired this spread. And I thought, well, this would be awesome to put in front of a barn. So I just drew out a barn, you know, an image of something that represents a barn, and added some, with jelly rolls, some flowers in here, and then created this path using my acrylic paints and my water-soluble pencils. And for the inside, my husband has always wanted chickens. And so I put in here this picture, this image of chickens and eggs. And of course, this is on the next page, and the next page is burlap. So I was thinking, okay, I'll use that and create the image and then open it up. And the statement, I loved it. Life is full of beautiful moments. Let them in. It just came across that fits so perfectly. Now, I am not a farm girl, but I was raised with 4 brothers, and so I'm a bit of a tomboy, you might say, and I do love the outdoors, and so this suits me just fine, very perfect. I'm a little bit more vintage, etc., but that's what this table reminded me of, is that beautiful kind of vintage, the outdoor look. So I just hope this inspires you to pull out your art journal, look for some images that inspire you, and then start creating a page or two. This is Kathy Freeman